Now, with respect to the new currency notes, what we did find when we spoke to the respondents is that 60% support the replacement of the country's currency notes, the ones that are in circulation at the moment. 49% support the replacing of the currency notes because they believe that it will give an impetus in terms of the fight against corruption. 52% of those who do not support the replacing of the currency notes are mostly displeased with how the currency notes look. So the issue of how aesthetic they are, or the lack of, beauty, is an issue that a lot of Kenyans, a number of Kenyans, are concerned about with respect to the new currency notes. 63% support the October 1st deadline to exchange the old 1,000 currency notes. On the other hand, 43% support the exchanging of the 1,000 currency notes because, again, they believe it will give impetus to the fight against corruption. And 29% who do not support the exchanging of those old currency notes cite potential disruptions to the economy. How it breaks down by region, I think we see that support for the unveiling of the new currency notes is highest in northeastern, in central, in Rift Valley, and especially in Nairobi. Western, Nyanza, coast are on the fence, not too crazy about the unveiling of the new currency notes. In terms of the notes themselves, I don't know if any of you have had opportunity to go to town. I think in terms of like even parking and whatnot, the new notes are not yet calibrated with the machines that are used to ATMs and do a lot of these transactions, yeah? Like for paying for parking and all these other things. And of course, I suppose on a very fundamental level, people are afraid of cash shortages, which is evident because I think you'll agree with me that there's not a lot of money in circulation at the moment, especially in terms of the new currency notes. Yeah, so these are things that people are beginning to worry about, and people need assurance from the central bank, assurance from the government that the transition from the old currency notes to the new currency notes will be seamless. Now, with respect to gambling, I think a lot has been said on this subject. But we did attempt to go a bit further and delve a bit deeper and just come up with a profile of your average Kenyan gambler. And what we found is that 40% of those who bet or gamble do so daily. 87% do so via electronic or online sports betting. So your sport pesas, your bettings, your betways, on and on. 84% who do gamble get the money to gamble from their earnings. So whether it's their salaries or their businesses or what we like to call side hustles, that is what Kenyans are using to facilitate this habit. 59% of those who were surveyed have tried to stop gambling with varying degrees of success. All right, so there is that recognition that perhaps what I'm doing is not good for me, it's not good for my health, it's not good for my pocket, I must try and stop. So there are people who have tried to stop gambling. How often are Kenyans betting? 40% are doing it daily, 16% twice a week, 13% thrice a week. Who gambles more, men or women? Certainly more men gamble than women. No surprises there, I guess. Are the youth gambling more than older Kenyans? Yes, they are. About 70 of those who gamble, 70% are the youth. That is 18 to 35. 30% are those aged 36 and above. In terms of those who are trying to kick the habit, 59% indicated that they are trying to stop gambling. 41%, couldn't be bothered and do continue to bet.